Welcome to Realities. We are here. We're back. Say hey, G.
I'm not going to say the same thing. No.
She usually be like, hey, G. We are still celebrating Women's History Month. Of course, it's still March. And this episode is all about leadership. I don't know how she does it. She's going to tell us how she does it because I have no idea how she holds down all of this. I mean, she is the president of the New Jersey chapter for Black Girls Wine Society. She is the owner of Simply Chick Styles Boutique, and she's the lead impact director for One Hope. In addition to being a mom, an auntie, a sister, a grandmother, if I'm not mistaken, as well, a wife, etc., 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 etc. So I will let her introduce herself to you guys. Go ahead.
Hi. As someone came to my door as soon as we started. I'm like,
no, it's fine.
So, hi everyone. I'm Shantae Rollins. As she stated, I'm a Black girl that rocks, So, no, but I'm a mom of four, a 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 12-year-old. I'm a wife. We've been married 8 years. We've been together 15. I do work full time. I work as a supervisor for child protection during the day. And I'm an entrepreneur. So I have an online boutique. I also have an online wine novelty shop. I am the lead director with One Hope, which is a direct sales wine company. And I'm a New Jersey ambassador for Black Girls Wine. So yeah, I do a lot. I am a grandmother. I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, and I have a granddaughter actually on the way next month. So
very busy.
Very busy. Booked and busy.
So let's start off with, let's talk about wine first. Let's talk about being the president, the chapter president / ambassador for Black Girls Wine. But also, aside from the chapter leading the chapter, you also lead a group of ambassadors. So you are also an ambassador lead.
Yes.
So tell us about that. Like, tell us, one, why did you join Black Girls Wine? What made you want to, lead your chapter?
So it started off not with me wanting to actually lead the chapter. You know how the algorithms are with social media. You start liking stuff, you start finding an interest in stuff, and they start linking you to those things. So I was actually out on leave, and I had been posting just about wine because I'm a wine lover. Like, take everything else away, I love wine. So I had just been posting, and then I had started finding pages that I wanted to follow, and I came across Black Girls Wine. And it was like they were looking for ambassadors. And so I saw up there, and I'm like, well, do y'all have a chapter in New Jersey? And I actually didn't get a response. It wasn't until one of my girlfriends, she hit me up like, oh, you should do this. She was like, I don't have time, but you should definitely do this. And I was like, oh, no, I don't think, I had looked at it, and I was like, oh, the application process, all of this. And I was like, well, I want to be a part of it. It's nothing in New Jersey, and for me, I'm just a natural leader. So I'm like, well, if there's an opportunity for me to do it here and lead, I'm just going to do it, So I put in my application, went through the interview process, and it was accepted. I love, this is actually my anniversary month, a year of with the organization. And I actually love my chapter. I love the ladies. I love the concept of Black women just being together in any space. So anything, I was 2 years ago, I went to Black Girls Beach Day, and just anything involving us where, there shouldn't be any, we get a bad rap. Let's just call it what it is. And I think anything that celebrates sisterhood, I want to be a part of, because I'm like, okay, I'm all about the empowerment, betterment of our people, our women. So I'm like, I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of like-minded women. So
Exactly.
that was really how that came about.
So how many ladies are in your chapter?
In my chapter, I have 10 ladies in the chapter.
Okay.
Yep.
So where'd your love of wine start? It's like kind of like where your love of R&B started, where your love of
I
wine
just think,
started.
you know what? I just think and I've had this conversation before, and it
Mhm.
was just very organically, like, just, okay, I'm not drinking alcohol, but I want to wind down, literally wind
Right.
down. And so it would be like, oh, well, I just started purchasing wine as like something, okay, I know I want to have a little something, but I don't want to have, alcohol
Too
per
much,
se, like
right?
Right.
hard, liquor. So I started drinking alcohol and then just hanging out with your girlfriends. Me and my best friend lived right across the hall from each other. At one point, we were neighbors in an apartment complex, and we literally, like, you could open your door, open her door, we could talk like that. So that's how we lived. And so she come over or I go over there, we chatting, girlfriend talk, and you just cracking open a bottle of wine, and that's kind of how my love for it came about. And it was just like, I love everything about it. You actually feel a little grown when you drinking wine.
You
Uh,
do.
I feel like a lady. I'm like, oh, I'm a
uh,
lady. I'm a mom and I could drink and not feel like I'm a drunk. So
exactly. And I feel like those that drink wine are more mature.
yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
like, exactly. And
You're over the whole tequila and vodka type thing. It's like I don't want to feel like that, but I'm good with how
exactly.
sober after I drink this wine.
Exactly. So that's where it come from.
That's cool.
So what's your favorite wine?
So I was just talking to someone. I was on another happy hour, and I really won't say I have a favorite because I think I'm still learning so much that I
Hmm.
don't have a favorite. If
Mhm.
you want to say what would my go to be, like, I'm drinking white tonight because I needed to, like, you see all these bottles, I'll be opening bottles, not finishing. So I was like, you know what? If we sipping tonight, this had a little bit left in it. So I was like, let me just top that off.
Mhm.
But typically, if you were like, well, what's your go-to? I would want to go for a red. If it's in the, like, now, I would want to go for a Cabernet or a red blend. If it's in the summer, I still would like to do a red, but I would probably go for like what I'm drinking now, like a Sauvignon Blanc, if it's gonna be a white wine, because I really like that. I'm not, I'm straying more away from the sweet wines. We all started there, so I'm not bashing anybody who loves sweet wines and stuff. But get with me, and I can cross you over to some
Uh,
dry wines that you may like because they're more fruit forward, or you can taste those fruit flavors in it. But those, I think right now, Cabernets and Sauvignon Blancs, and I'm definitely like a bubbles girl, so I love anything bubbles, so we can definitely go there.
awesome. So, what inspired? Well, I guess you said you already answered that when you said your girl. I was about to say what inspired your wine journey, but just hanging out. And I think it's the same thing with us. Like we love our wine, and it's just those girls' nights and things like that. And it's
Yeah,
like wanting to learn more, and not still go to your same bottle of wine and because that's the only thing but it's expanding your palate.
yeah.
So I think that's pretty much where I would say my love of wine. I love wine, period. I was over getting drunk. So
We graduated from that shot of tequila
yes,
Exactly.
I
But
to wine
but
glasses.
listen now, I be telling people, like, let me see what this is. Um, So this is 14.3%. Now I be telling people, don't sleep on, people be like, oh, wine. Don't sleep on the wine now, because
Right.
you could really come off this 14.3%. That's really high alcohol.
it
And
is
you could really come off feeling nice, like the feeling that you want to feel,
Mm.
having you a nice glass of wine. So listen,
exactly,
I'm
exactly,
here for it. It do the job. It get the job done.
It
exactly,
does.
exactly.
Well, the 14%, anything above 12%, you usually have one glass, maybe one and a half, and you good.
I still drink the whole bottle.
Say Was it that 9%? You drinking the whole bottle?
It depends. It depends on the night. It depends on the night.
Well, fooling around with these ladies in our group, it's a whole bottle every time we
and the next bottle.
Listen. Sometimes it be like that. I'm here for it.
Yes, indeed. So in addition to being the chapter president, you're an ambassador lead. So what does that entail? What's the separation?
So I think just being regionalized and having an ambassador lead. So under me, for lack of better words, the ambassadors that are with me as the lead is, so I'm in New Jersey. I have the New York chapters, Philadelphia, Connecticut, and Chicago. Now Chicago is a ways, but that's still like, in the region area. And
Right.
so it's just more so to add a level of support because the organization is so big, things can get lost. But with this, you're in like a smaller group. So you can kind of go to your lead for things that you may need, especially when you're new and onboarding. Things could really seem overwhelming and a lot for you to take in initially. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what that is for, just for, more of another level of support.
Right. And it is, the organization is growing. And so it can become, overwhelming when it's 60 plus people
Yeah.
in like one group chat versus, hey, let me go here and it's only 5.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like I wouldn't even want to ask my question.
Exactly.
Like
and that's how we get, and it's intimidating sometimes. And sometimes people feel like when you're coming in and people are talking about certain things and you're like, wait, hold up. And it feels like, you don't want to be the odd man out, but when you can directly ask a question and not feel, singled out or anything like that, it makes it much better. So
yeah, absolutely. So one hope, while we're still talking about wine, and I see you have one of your beautiful bottles. I should have brought mine up here.
I was drinking this.
Oh,
Mine is empty now. So
so what is One Hope? Tell us what that organization is.
So One Hope is a company in Napa Valley that sells wine that gives back with every bottle sold.
Okay.
So, and how it was birthed, these friends, we all know Gallo wines, they're inexpensive. They were working at Gallo Wine, these friends. And so they were stocking shelves, and in October, Gallo had a bottle for what is that? Breast cancer, right? And so they were thinking like, well, why do we only do this in October when there are so many other causes around the world, that we could be giving back to? So their idea was birthed like, well, let's create this company where every bottle is linked to a cause. And so they started with 3 bottles, breast cancer, I want to say autism, and one more, and it just grew from there. So even now, we're still connected to organizations, but now it's the 4 pillars. All of our bottles, anytime you purchase from One Hope, if you're not directly purchasing for a cause, like this month, I'm running causes for Social Workers Month because that's my trade by day. And then also for Black Girls Rock for Women's History Month. So if you're, so any sales purchased on those events, 10% will go back to those organizations. But if you just go on the website and you purchase a bottle like directly from my link, it's gonna go to, and it still goes to the 4 pillars that we establish our mission, which is health, education, clean water, and the arts. So those are the 4 pillars that we give to, and hunger, ending hunger. So those are the 4 pillars, that we give back to.
That's amazing. So those places that you well, I bought a bottle of wine and it's being donated to autism. Is the is there something on the bottle, or is the label because I think autism is blue or purple?
Yeah.
Like, is the label blue to let me know that I'm donating?
So what happened before the bottle would specifically say it, like, so for example, this bottle, right? This bottle of our Sauvignon Blanc helps plant a tree to save our environment. That's what the bottle says, right? However, so though we still do that because we operate with the environment, our newer bottles, you're no longer going to see that. You're going to see the information regarding our 4 pillars. So we still give to autism, and it's our Cabernet that give to autism. So what it is that we have cause partners. So we're linked to an organization for autism, and we give back that way. So we have on our website, like, so far to date, we've given over $6 million to various charities, and that includes globally, as well as everybody like myself who fundraise for local nonprofits. So, even though the bottle may no longer say it, we're still connected to these causes. And then even if we weren't connected to the causes, let's say if autism was something close to you, and you said, listen, Shantae, I really want to fundraise for autism awareness, we could set up a fundraiser, and every purchase under your event will go to whatever organization you want it to go to. And that's what people love too, because they can fundraise for things that mean something to them.
Right.
Oh, okay.
While still enjoying their nice bottle.
Yes.
Right.
That's why we have a saying, doing good tastes great, because again,
sure
I tell people like fundraising, like the adult version of fundraising, like Girl Scout cookies, Yeah, you can go to your local liquor store, grocery store, wherever you are, and purchase a bottle of wine, but what is that wine doing? You know that every time you purchase from me, from one whole, period, you're doing something to help the environment, the community, and people overall.
So in your behind you, it's that silver glittery bottle. Show us that. No, I didn't see that one.
On the end.
So those bottles are so freaking cute.
so this one is our breast cancer wine. So this is a special edition bottle that we do in October, but I believe it's still on the website because it's like until supplies last. But this is the one because this is our Chardonnay that, before we did the 4 pillars, goes back to breast cancer. The cause partner is Susan G. Komen. So we're still connected to Susan G. Komen. You just won't see the breast cancer information, but we're still connected to Susan G. Komen. These kind of bottles I will not open. I just like to have them. If I want to drink the Chardonnay, I'll open like the regular bottle. And then we have let me see, our etched collection comes Happy
cute.
Birthday. That one says Happy Birthday. This one says Cheers to You. So one of my girlfriends just got promoted and I sent her a Cheers to You. This bottle also comes in a home sweet home. So like one of my friends just purchased a home. I gave her one of those. So these are great for like gifting and doing stuff like that. It's amazing to be like, okay, just to have something to show them, they can keep it, they can pop it open for special occasions, anything, and we also do these for like custom. So companies like yourself, like if you were like, oh, I want to put realities on a bottle to have, to gift, stuff like that. We do that for companies as well. Like corporate orders, people gift it out and stuff. So yeah, the shimmer bottles are definitely like all the rage. People love them because they're beautiful and they're amazing.
I actually, our realtor, well, I sent it to a couple realtors, but I saw something was posted by One Hope, and it was talking about getting your personalized wine bottles for you to give out as thank you gifts and stuff. Because we actually just closed, but we were in the process of purchasing investment property, and so thank you. And so I was like, yeah, let me send you this in hopes that you'll just give it back to me.
Right.
You've
Well,
already
let me know. Link
already
me.
trifle.
Listen, let me know.
I know.
Link me to them.
I know. And I also thought about the realities thing just to have it. Like I
Yeah.
don't have to open it. It's just part of the brand.
Yeah, it's really
So-
it's part of the brand. You can like say if you had, you know, a guest that you wanted to gift it to, like, you know, thank you for being on the show or whatever you had. Like it's definitely, you know, something to do. People love receiving, you know, gifts and
Yes.
stuff like
Yeah, because
that.
my
So,
gift I received yesterday was amazing. Shout out to Stephanie Hill and Mr. Gant.
all
It was
right.
amazing. We closed and they came outside and got a whole gift. I was like, oh, okay. I feel grown.
Right.
You have to show me that later. I need to see that.
It's real grown. I ain't opening it. It's a drink. I swear they think we're alcoholics, but
Yeah, I need to see what that looked like because that sounds fancy.
it is. It's real fancy. I was
What
excited.
are the price? So price ranges between the roundabout price ranges between your the bottles.
So our lowest bottle is $20. And then we range from high end up to 125. But our we have like reserve bottles that are limited edition. We have dot collection that are limited edition. We have something called our evergreen, our vintner collection is what you're always gonna see on the website. And those range from like $25, $30. Still a good price point. And then we run specials. Like I tell people, I buy so much wine between, you know, my events with Black Girls wine that I just want to try on my own. So I'm like, we are very competitive with prices. You buy 4 bottles or more, you're getting flat rate shipping of $10. That's it. And let me tell you, I've spent money on some shipping. So flat rate shipping for 4
Tell
more
us.
bottles is amazing. As well as when you buy 4 or more, you're getting discounts. 4 bottles, you're getting 5% off. 6 bottles, you're getting 10% off. 12 bottles, you're getting 20% off. And that's the normal. But right now, this week, like, is the best time to stock up or restock because we're running a sale where you're getting 15% off 6 and 30% off 12, which is like, we don't do that often. So it's definitely like a good time to get in when you find, and that's on all bottles. So this is the time where I do stock up on like the shimmer bottles because they're $49. So if you could get them at 30% off by buying 15% off by buying 6 or 30% off by buying 12, it's like, let me do that.
Yeah. And then you all now have the mini bottles too.
Yes, which is, oh my God.
That's amazing because you don't find too many wineries or organizations that have the mini bottles unless you have what did we have? What did we have?
Sutter Home.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And they come in packs of 12. And we have
That's a lot of packs.
Yeah, so you can buy the Chardonnay all 12, the Pinot Noir all 12, the Cabernet all 12, and our sparkling brut all 12. Or you can buy a mixed pack with 12 and have 3 of each. It's amazing. I purchased them because I, again, just sipping and I get tired of like opening bottles, wasting bottles. Even though I have a Corvette, it's still like, you know, just popping bottles or whatever. So sometimes you just want a glass. Those mini bottles are like amazing for that. You know, like they're definitely amazing just to be like, oh, okay, we're gonna pop open these mini bottles and keep it moving.
Exactly. Yep, it does make it easier. So let's talk about the fundraising aspect. I know you talked about it briefly, but if someone wanted to do a fundraiser, I know we had a member in our chapter, in the PG County chapter, that did a fundraiser with you guys, and she was excited. She sent us the thing, the get on like 2 seconds before, but it was like, wait, how are we supposed to support you?
So definitely, so we fundraise for any nonprofit that is a 501c3 non-political.
Got it.
So literally anything, you know what I'm saying? If you want to fundraise, and it's a 501c3 non-political, we can fundraise for you. So that, I mean, that would just be it. Just linking with me and, you know, setting it up. And we can do, it can be virtual like this. The same way we're on here and we're talking and we would go through the tasting, we would talk about it, we would have a good time. And that would just be it. And we would be raising money for whatever the cause is. And we will make sure that we're pushing that and putting that at the center of it, because we want the more sales, the bigger the donation. And that's our goal at any time, is to really give back to these organizations. So
Well, that's good because they get a tasting out of it too. It's like, hey, you're going to taste it. And because other fundraisers is just like, hey, this is what we're selling, buy it.
Exactly.
Here, you can actually like taste it and buy more.
Exactly. Which is amazing.
Let me find a 501c3. I can
listen.
Let me think about it.
I mean, I work with quite a few of them, so that's why I'll make sure I tag, because when I work for the Redskins, I work with all 501c3s.
Oh, definitely.
So I'll make sure I tag a couple of them and make sure they invite me.
Yeah, and especially now, like in this climate, especially last year when things were really closed, and we're talking, let's really talk about like smaller organizations, our local nonprofits, our small startups, where like real talk, Susan G. Komen, places like that, they're going to continue to get their funding, because it's like they're connected, they have whatever. But when you're talking about your local mom and pop, your rec center, your PAL, your police officers, your firefighters, whatever those kind of organization is, your school system, stuff like that. Those are the agencies that, weren't able to really fundraise how they would normally do. Right now, I'm running a fundraiser for a school system in Millburn, New Jersey. And that's what it was. Typically they would probably be doing like more interactive stuff, bake sales. Definitely can't do stuff like that with COVID. Just different things. So this makes it safe, as well as it can still be interactive. So yes, we're socially distancing, but we're still being social because we can always hop on a Zoom or whatever, and we can still really taste. And depending on how you want to do it, let's say if I'm the only virtual person, but you are with people that you are close to. So it was a way to pivot and be able to still do things that you typically wouldn't have been able to do before.
Right.
So Gina, can we use your school? I guess we shouldn't say that name.
What? Wait. We can figure out.
I'm gonna be on the Zoom. They're gonna be like, she is not a part of our school. Is she?
Yes, she is. She part of HR.
Like, I work in HR.
We can figure it
out.
I
think you would be able to invite whoever you want.
Yeah.
Because again, the whole idea is broadening your network. So let's say, even if it's going to be for the school, you think about it, when we fundraise, like when you're selling Girl Scout cookies, you're selling it to everybody, to anybody, so it wouldn't just be the school people. You want to make sure the parents are involved. You want to make sure the teachers are involved. You want to tell them to tell their parents, their friends, everybody, to come on to purchase and, make sure you're really pushing the idea, like where these funds are going.
Oh yeah.
So what is the or does it range? What is the percentage that goes to either the fundraisers or the organization?
So it's 10% of the total sales. No matter what the sales are, it's 10% of those total sales. A lot of times people are like, oh, 10%, but you got to think it's the overhead. So it is wine. So you're getting a great product for what you're giving. We have to factor in shipping, discounts, and all of that stuff. However, I've done fundraisers for my church, for schools, for different things. And it's like, every little bit counts. You think about it like, oh, even if you only raise $300, that's $300 now to go in a pool where you do another fundraiser, you raise $1,000, now that's $1,300. Every little bit counts and every little bit matters. So it's definitely, and people are doing some great fundraisers with the wine. It's all about how you get it out there. People say, how successful will my fundraiser be? Well, that just depends. How committed are you? I see people who are very committed to their causes, committed to their organizations, and they do extremely well because they're really pushing it. They really have a network of people who are invested in wanting to see this grow, so they do really well.
Awesome. Awesome. So aside from wine and more wine, you own a boutique. So tell us about your boutique.
So it is my boutique is called Simply Chic Styles. Um, and I've had it now for this year in November will be 8 years.
Wow.
And yeah, so I mean, it's easy whether I'm doing good or bad, it's kind of easy to say because it's like I don't have any overhead, I don't have a store, it's solely online. And I started it because I had started with some young ladies that we were doing like boutique parties inside of one of the girls' homes. And so then we kind of branched off. We weren't together, but I knew this was something I still wanted to do. I started with handbags, and then I was like, and still a dream of mine to one day have like a one-stop shop where like people could just come, whether they want me to style them or what, they would be able to come, they would be able to pick out pieces, or I could pick out pieces for them and then style them to do whatever they're gonna do. And it's called Simply Chic because my whole idea is like we started off, you guys, I'm a everyday woman. Like I work a regular 9 to 5. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmom, all that good stuff. But I feel like I'm also fashionable. And so sometimes people don't pair the two. They feel like those fashionistas, those divas, they have to be, especially in the world of social media, they have to be like the Instagram models, the this, the that. And my idea was, you can be the everyday mom, you can be the everyday employee, and you don't have to look like, you just woke up. You can be simply chic. You can be chic in a simple way. Your clothes don't have to cost $1 million for you to look like they cost $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So that was always my concept, like everyday fashion for the everyday woman, because I like to find transitional pieces. Like a lot of stuff that I purchase, I wear. Listen, I tell people be like, I don't have clothes for like work, church, all that stuff. I just got clothes. If it's clean, I'm gonna wear it to church. If it's clean, I'm gonna wear it to work. I ain't listen, it ain't none of that. I'm wearing it wherever I'm wearing it. So, but with saying that, I feel like people can relate because this is the thing. You can shop here no matter who you are. You know what I'm saying? I got some fun, flirty stuff. And it's just some stuff I'm not gonna have, because it doesn't depict the audience that I want. So you're never gonna find those dresses with like the holes all over it or whatever. If I can't wear it,
I ain't selling.
that's just it, and I get it. Everybody, you do need to appeal to an audience, but you also need to know the audience that you want. My audience is women like me, and I want them to know, you do find like once you have kids and stuff like that, women feel like getting pretty, getting sexy, getting whatever is like,
Yes.
do I have to? And it's like, yeah, do that shit. Do that
Yeah.
shit for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about getting dressed for your husband. It's not getting dressed for the people. Do that shit to
That's
make
for
you
you.
feel good or whatever. I feel good when I put on clothes and look good and all of that. And so that's what I want to do. And I actually, this is one of my sweatshirts. This is like one of my first designs that I came
I
out
like
with.
that.
And it says I got 99 problems, but my style ain't one. Because
I
that's
like
what I
that.
tell you. I could have mad shit going on, but I'm going to look
Uh-huh.
cute.
Exactly.
I might be all stressed out. I might be all stressed out, but I'm gonna look cute. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
that was just the thing. So it was just like I really do love it. Lately I've been teetering with if it's something I'm gonna stick with, but it's like it's so hard for me to let it go when people say like stuff is your baby. Businesses really are like your baby,
Yeah.
and I'm just like it's not something I want to let go. I truly do love it. But yeah, I mean, that's what I do. You guys, I mean, tag me. Y'all can shop.
I'm about to go on in a second because from the way you talking, my loungewear just
You
like
know what?
Listen,
Please don't make me laugh. I'm already.
listen, I got
That's
it
it.
too, and I have been looking at some more like land because that was another thing. Given the time that we've been home and just what people are doing, even with the world opening back up, I have been looking at some lounge pieces because I'm like, that's even another thing. Like, just because you're home, working from home or whatever, or doing whatever you're doing, don't get so caught up in you can't just, look cute. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Even if it is loungewear, you know what I'm saying? So like I even have this cute little short set romper, like a sweater set. Again, just for lounging. Like, you know how it's like, say you were having company, but you didn't want to get dressed. It's like dress, but not dress kind of type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And it's still good, I think. I know you say, get dressed for yourself, but if you are feeling good and, all of that stuff, hey, I'm looking fly, I'm cute or whatever, we all have husbands. So it'll, make them feel a certain way too. Like, oh, okay. 'Cause mine's is a whole mess. He doesn't believe in the transitional pieces where I believe. He's like, hey, he likes the hoes and the dresses and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, we can go to Mexico and wear that because I'm not wearing that here.
yeah, and listen, that's cool. It's definitely cool, but I feel like now would I have or have I worn that stuff in my 20s? Of course, probably
Right.
early 30s. But now I'm like a year from 40. I'm like, I'm a whole ass grandmother.
Right.
No matter how young I am, I'm a whole ass grandmother. So it's like to be out here with, and then it becomes unrelatable because
Yeah.
the average mom is like, yeah, no, I don't want to wear that. You know what
We
I'm
want to
saying?
be comfy
Yeah,
cute.
so I would show a lot of like I was never really a sneaker person until recently when I had like an accident with my Achilles. So I wear more sneakers now. I was more a heels person, but I will always show like how you can. I really like to do dress up, dress down type look because again it ties into that simply chic. I don't want you to think you have to wear this just with heels because again it becomes unrelatable. The woman that don't wear heels, the woman with my kid, my youngest are 12 and 15. I ain't got no babies. So I could strut in a heel, even though I was strutting with a baby, but that was just me. I could strut in a heel now, but the average woman will look at something and be like, oh, that looks cute, but I can't do it because I'm running to school. I'm going to the PTA. But now if she see, girl, you can put this on with your sneakers, your crossbody, and keep it moving. Now you the cute mom at the PTA. And they think you done did a whole to do and you ain't did nothing but throw on your clothes.
Exactly.
So all of your stuff is brand new, is it a mix between brand new and consignment?
No, everything is new. Everything is new. I don't do consignment.
She's like,
no, wait.
No, I know it was no shade. I know.
No shade. I'm saying for me, because I do. Let me be clear, because I shop consignment.
Hey, don't sleep on a consignment, Rayshon, because you can find some nice stuff.
Yeah,
I consign for these kids. That's about it.
No, first of all, you haven't found the right consignment shop.
Exactly.
Some of the flyers women I know do consignment, and it's like when they find it, it's just like it's amazing, and it's an art. It's an art.
Yeah.
That's an art to really going out and thrifting and finding pieces. It really is an art. But again, that's also about style, fashion versus style. Fashion, you go to the store and you purchase. Style, you buy pieces.
Right.
And then you put it together or whatever. And so everybody doesn't have an eye like that. And consignment is definitely that. You gotta be, because they're not gonna have a whole bunch of everything.
Right.
It's probably only gonna be one. And so, so.
Okay. So before I get into my question, so Shantae is also TikTok famous. We have not got TikTok down. We cannot for the world of us, but I'm telling you, how many followers you have now?
I think I got like 20,900.
Yes, like she is
like
legit
I'm
TikTok
trying
famous.
to get up there though. I got 1.5 million likes and 20.9 thousand followers. So I'm trying to get more.
She be
Up
making
there.
her videos.
And
So what are you doing?
And let me just tell y'all.
Her businesses.
No, but I'm not even gonna act like this was some old strategic. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Like I'm not even gonna front for y'all because I hate a fronter. I hate when people don't give the real. It
Uh-huh.
really happened by happenstance. I posted a video, so I was just like, oh, I'm gonna start doing these TikToks or whatever, right? Started doing them with the wine or whatever. So I would search like wine TikToks or whatever, and I started doing them. This one, I just woke up one day and it was like ping, 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 ping. It was just blowing up. And I was like, oh my God, this done went viral. I mean, I think that was like the first thing that ever went viral. So it just happened like that. And they do say you never know what's gonna happen or what's gonna be like whatever. But I would just say, play around with it. You don't know what's gonna be the thing. And then you just gotta learn what it is, use viral sounds, make it funny and relatable. People come to these apps. That's why young people are not on Facebook because Facebook is too serious.
Yeah.
It's too serious.
Yeah.
Too many old people putting their problems up, stressing. Is this? I'll be looking at that shit like this. Why old people? I mean, this why young people not on here because it's stressful as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
The Instagram and then you get the TikTok and stuff like that. Make it fun, make it relatable because people are on there for that reason. They want to have fun. They're trying to escape reality. If you so deep and serious all the time, people like, well, shit, this my own life. I'm like, well, you know what I'm on here
Put a camera up and watch myself.
Yeah, right. So just make it fun, play around with it, do some stuff, and just,
Well, we can say that the Realities podcast has had Miss Shantae Rollins. So when she blows up.
And you guys are my first. This is my first podcast ever. Yay! My first podcast ever.
Yay!
So thank you.
We just popped your cherry, ma'am. Congratulations.
So next thing you know, when I'm on like Ellen or something, and they're
like,
so what was like one of your first speaking engagements? And I'm like, Realities had me on their podcast.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Ellen, my boo. That's
she in a little hot water right now.
But she is, but she ain't do nothing to me, so I don't care.
What she do?
Discrimination, I think it was.
It was a lot of stuff going on behind set, like whole lot of just HR crap. So like harassment and discrimination, it's unfair working. Yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily her directly, but because it's her show.
Oh, and something about she wasn't treating her staff good doing COVID, right? Oh,
yeah.
They say she lost a lot of followers because of it.
That you can go in any kitchen, Hell's Kitchen. They still let that bama on TV, and he cursing and throwing plates and calling you all kind of stuff.
Ain't nothing wrong with throwing a little plate or two.
Exactly.
No.
Ellen be dropping people from the sky. I mean, what's wrong?
I love it. They got up there.
I do love Ellen though.
I know. So, as we said earlier, as a mom, a wife, a grandmother, aunt, sister, friend, where do you find your energy? Like, what is your motivation to get to go every day? I mean, like you said, you have a full-time job, you got 19 businesses, TikTok, Instagram.
Right.
Like, what motivates you? Like, do you drink coffee? Because I'm like, that gets me going.
What kind of?
I'm just saying, like, what gets her going? Is it like
she got a Red Bull under her desk?
I actually don't. I am caffeine sensitive, so I don't drink coffee. And I mean, I have this innate hunger. Like I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, I want to be. It's not even about being famous. I want to be successful, and I want the fortune. I want the fortune over the fame. If the fame comes with the fortune, then I'll take it. But I want the fortune over the fame. So, and then I think I'm just a creative at nature. So it's like my mind is constantly going about things and what to do. But I mean, I do rest. I get my rest. I make sure sleep is something I get. I am working from home. So, like I'm home all day. So it's like, even if you're not sleeping, it's like you are resting. And I just prioritize, I use my planner. I did create a planner this year. Um, I had a very bad experience with the print company, so it didn't do as well as I wanted it to do. This is my
Oh
planner.
yeah, you did have a
Oh,
planner
Yeah,
this year. Yep.
so that was something I use a planner regardless, like all the time. So I just prioritize, and I know when to say no, I can't do something or something like that. So it's just like, it is what it is, that I just kind of fit stuff in. So, and sometimes it's not even when if I make content, I don't have to post right then. I'm making it
Right.
when I make it when I have time, and then post it when I'm ready to post it. But I post, I make it when I have the time. So it's really just about, prioritizing, what you want to do or whatever. Being at the businesses like my boutique and stuff, like it's so much more that I feel like I could be doing. And it's probably like how could you add more? Because I'm online, I need to get more exposure. So I could be doing a lot of more pop-up shops and stuff like that. But it's just like timing, finding the right pop-up shop, doing the right thing. So it's just finding the time to really do what you want to do, and we all have the time. It's just about when people say they don't have time, it's really a lie.
Yeah. Just
Um,
about prioritizing.
it's
But
about prioritizing what you want to do, and that's just it.
yeah, my mom
oh,
literally
my
had that
my
conversation.
organizing.
My mom had that conversation with me earlier today. I
Yeah.
was actually getting yelled at, I think. Knowing my mom, yeah, I was
I was
getting
going
yelled
to
at.
say it
Right,
wasn't
yeah.
a thing, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's
I was
Yeah.
getting yelled at. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
pretty much it's like you got a lot of shit going on. You need to learn how to say now. You need to sit your happiness down. Now you kind of forced to sit down. I was like, mommy,
Yeah,
okay.
listen. God will force you down now. Don't
Oh,
don't
tell me
don't
about it.
mess around. He will. Like, oh,
Yeah,
you don't want to sit down? Let me sit you down. Listen,
exactly.
And
Yeah.
he did that with her this week
listen,
while
Yes,
she's sitting down now.
listen.
exactly. Yes, indeed. Yep. So let's see. So
I'm
what's
working
next for
my
you?
journaling. Woo-hoo.
I
What's
don't know.
next?
I really do think that I want to really venture more into the wine aspect. Like I told you, I do have a wine novelty shop, which is just gonna be, it's just all about wine. So wine apparel, wine bags, different things about wine. And just possibly eventually maybe having my own label. I don't know. I mean, the sky's the limit. I'm definitely a dreamer. I dream big. So I'm like, because I feel like if you put it, you get out what you put into it.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I believe anything is possible if you want it to happen. You just have to make a plan and say, this is what I'm gonna do. So
Exactly.
that's it.
Whoosh, I'm exhausted.
What's the
Ugh.
name of your wine novelty shop?
Right.
It's Simply Sip Shop.
Oh, okay.
Simply
So it's
sips.
Simply Chic Styles, Simply Sip Shop.
So
Okay.
See,
when
my whole brand is the Simply Chic lifestyle brand.
Okay.
I need you to know you could be cute. You need to feel like you are you bougette, right? You bougie.
Hmm.
You a bougie. So you got your cute little loungewear on, sipping your wine. So that's
Hmm.
my whole, a lifestyle a luxury lifestyle that you
no
don't have to
shade right
feel
there.
like, but luxury is whatever you make it. Like I saw
Hmm.
something the other day and it was like, of course I want to be rich, but in so many ways I am rich. I have a
Right.
marriage that is thriving with so many people when, getting divorces. Y'all saw that mess with Derek Jackson. Crazy. Glad I ain't got a husband like that. Lord, please don't let my husband get like that. I have four beautiful children who are healthy. I have two, a
Hmm.
grandbaby and one on the way. I do work. I worked the whole pandemic. which is something to be, grateful for.
Yep.
So it's like, we're rich in our own ways. So you just have to find that luxury that's like, and I'm just trying to give women a little bit of that, like, what is your luxury? What is that for you? What does that look like for you?
Exactly.
So are both of the Simply brands, are they tied together? So if I went into Simply Chic, would I be able to connect to, what do you say, Simply Wine?
Simply Sips.
Simply Sips.
It's two different. It's two different ones.
Okay.
It's two different ones. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we want to say thank you. One, thank you for being an inspiration to many women. I'm pretty sure, with it being Women's History Month and it was International Women's Day earlier in the month, many ladies, like women, are, inspired when they hear other stories of real life people that are actually doing and not just, watching Instagram and saying, oh, okay, I see it on Instagram, they can actually see you. But continue to grow, continue to love, continue to give back, and just continue to be able to motivate others. I think that's what you're doing. Definitely through TikTok. There's a lot of people. We go, oh, that's how you feel, G? Continue to motivate Gina with that big glass of wine, then.
He said definitely do TikTok. I was like, let me finish. I'm not TikTok.
How about straight fish bowl?
I watch it though.
So, from other Black women to another, we salute you. We thank you for your leadership. We thank you for sharing your life with us and being open to telling the world all about you.
Thank you.
So Black Girls Rock as always. And
yes.
For those that are listening, please make sure you follow us at Realities, and that's RAIALITIES on Instagram. We also are on YouTube, so make sure that you watch the videos and like and all of that stuff. Subscribe is what my child says. Subscribe. Okay, I had it right because I said it.
Click
like
the
a child.
thumbs up.
Thank you so much, Shantae.
Thank you,
Shantae.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.